My son stood in the doorway 3 weeks ago and said, almost casually, Mom, we've arranged a viewing at Meadowbrook Care Home. For you and Dad, just like that. As if he were talking about booking a table for dinner. I'm 77 years old. I have lived in this house for 53 years. Every wall holds a memory, every scratch on the floor, every cupboard, every chair, there's a story behind it. And now, apparently, it's all inconvenient. I said nothing at first. I just sat there, in the armchair my mother gave me decades ago, and watched my daughter-in-law pacing along the wall with a measuring tape, talking about replacing things, updating things. She kept using that word, dated. She said it like it was harmless. But what she meant was this: your life no longer fits here. 8 months ago, I opened my door to them. I remember that day clearly. Gary, my youngest, looked worn down in a way life does to you when things don't quite fall into place. His wife, Kelly, stood beside him. All soft smiles and warm words. Before they moved in, she was kindness itself. She'd come by with flowers, help with the dishes, tell me how much she adored my cooking. She called me Mom, she hugged me and once whispered, "You're the mother I never had." I believed her, of course I did. You don't expect someone to rehearse kindness. At first it felt nice. The house wasn't so quiet anymore. There were voices, movement, life filling the spaces that had grown too still. I thought maybe it would make things easier. Because caring for Eddie isn't easy anymore. My Eddie, 57 years together. Now there are days he looks at me like I'm a stranger. Days he forgets my name, our life. Himself, I bathe him, feed him. Sit beside him when confusion takes over and tell him he's safe. That he's loved, it's exhausting. But it's also love, the kind that doesn't disappear just because memory does. I thought having them here might lighten that weight. I was wrong. The changes came quietly at first. Small suggestions, rearrangements. Wouldn't it be better if we moved this? Do you really need all these things? I told myself it was nothing. That this is what sharing a home looks like. But then my kitchen changed, not gradually, suddenly. Drawers rearranged, cupboards emptied. My things gone or moved somewhere I couldn't find them. When I asked, Kelly smiled in that patient, pitying way and said, I've put everything somewhere more practical. Mom, you're getting confused. Confused, that word didn't leave after that. Then one morning, I walked into the dining room and the table was gone. The table Eddie and I bought when we were just starting out. The one my children learned to write at. Where Christmas dinners and birthdays happened. Where life unfolded. Gone, replaced with something new and lifeless. I stood there trying to understand how something so full of meaning could disappear so easily. When I asked, she said, that old thing. It was falling apart, as if that made it disposable, as if history didn't matter. I tried to talk to Gary, but he just said, Mom, she's trying to help. You've got to let go of the past. Let go, as if my life were clutter. That was the moment I realized he wasn't really seeing me anymore. Then one afternoon, everything became clear. I was upstairs when I heard them in the kitchen. They didn't know I could hear them. Just get her to sign it, Kelly said. Tell her it's for insurance. She won't read it properly. My hands froze. Then she said, she's 77. She's not going to be around forever. Is she not going to be around? As if I were already halfway gone. They were planning to trick me into signing my house over. I didn't confront them, I couldn't. I just sat there, holding a photograph of my life, realizing that to them I had become something else, an obstacle. That night, I called my solicitor. I locked everything away. I started paying attention. And once you start seeing clearly, you can't stop. Every smile felt rehearsed. Every question had an edge. And the worst part wasn't even me, it was Eddie. She speaks about him like he's a burden. Complains about him, his illness, his dignity, and he hears it. Even when he forgets everything else. He still feels that, and it breaks something in me every time. Now there are brochures on the table. Care homes, glossy pictures of smiling strangers in places that feel nothing like home. Prices circled, plans made, as if I'm not sitting right there. As if I don't get a say. But here's what they don't understand, I am still here. I am not confused, I am not helpless, I am not finished. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Some days I feel strong enough to tell them to leave. To take my home back, other days I feel tired. Because the hardest part isn't losing control, it's losing your child. But I know this, I did not live 77 years to be erased quietly. I did not build a life just to be pushed out of it. I am still a person, I am still a voice. And I will not disappear just because it's convenient for someone else. If I go, it will be because I choose to go, not because someone else has decided I already have.